Hi there. I'm creating a new segment on my YouTube channel, my tiny YouTube channel, where I'm going to explore some of the strange thoughts that I occasionally get. I don't mean strange in the case of I want to go around shooting people or something like that. I mean strange in the kind of esoteric, ethereal thoughts that I get. Why am I doing this? Well, in a way, that's where the first strange thought comes in. The way I see us in relation to other life on the planet and other things is that we all have a purpose, a function. Not some function beyond ourselves, but intrinsic to ourselves, intrinsic to our DNA. In the same way that the purpose of a flower is to open and attract bees and all the rest, our purpose also exists, but it isn't so clear what it is. Because we're told a lot of messages from different places about who or what we should be and who or what we should say. Who or what we should say? What we should say. And also what we should think. I believe that you should think whatever you want, and that it's your duty to tell other people your thoughts. Your mind is unique. You are unique. And you are on this earth, and part of your purpose is to tell others what you think. That's what nature has created you for. So that's kind of the first strange thought, and how we'll begin the series. Now I want to come on to the second thought, which is a little bit radical. Well, I don't know if it's radical. I'll let you be the judge. Now, I was thinking about logic. Consider the way that physical beings manifest in reality through the process of evolution, through the interaction with physics. We can see and directly interact with physical entities. We cannot see and we cannot touch thought entities, ideas, but they nevertheless have as much impact on reality as physical entities. I believe that thought entities and cascades of thoughts are just as real as physical entities. They are part of the universe. They're not outside of it or something weird. They're intrinsic to its structure. Now, so the second strange thought is based around this idea that logic itself is grown in the universe in the way that every biological, even every physical phenomena needs the right conditions for it to fruit, for it to happen. You know, the right gravitational conditions or whatever for a star to form, the right compositions of matter and so on to form planetary bodies or whatever, and the right conditions for, on a kind of biological sense, for genes to be expressed. But I mean, this idea permeates all of reality, that when certain conditions exist, certain things then happen. So you plant a seed in your garden. Okay, no. You leave your garden and look what happens to it. Certain plants grow. Certain plants that are native to the area. Now, this isn't just that they happen to be the seeds around there. You can plant other seeds, and if you leave it, you know, certain things will happen. Maybe those seeds will survive, the ones that you've put in there. But most of the time, eventually, the system will revert back to what it wants to do. So back to the idea of a seed. Imagine the logical realms of thought and the kind of immaterial things, societies, interaction of thought and idea. Now imagine that human consciousness is the ground, the dirt, the earth in which the seed of logic is planted. The seed of logic is planted in our brains. I don't know by what, it's emergent, I guess. And the inevitable consequence of this logical seed, logical thought itself, manifesting in us, is the development of computers. And then development of artificial intelligence and everything beyond that. Do you see what I'm saying? So the conditions for logic, we are its conditions. But it's just like anything else. It's just like a tree or a species line growing or a life on a planet evolving. It's a growth process, and it's an entity in itself. And it's growing. Logic is growing into computers, into further things. I don't know where it's heading, but I think it's interesting to look at it that way, as a separate or as a distinct entity, connected to everything else, but something that you can identify as a life form in itself, seeded by the thought of logic.